In this video, we are going to see about the protocol used in WAN network, that is X.25, and another one protocol is frame relay, and the transmitting mode in WAN is ATM. And in this video, we are going to see about this X.25 protocol, and this is a packet switching virtual network protocol for wide area network. So this is X.25 is a packet switching wide area network developed by ITUT in 1976. And this protocol used to make an interface between data terminal equipment DTE and data circuit terminating equipment DCE. So the main function of this X.25 protocol is to make a interface between DTE and DCE. And this X.25 is an end-to-end protocol. The actual movement of packets through the network is invisible to the user. The user sees the network as a cloud through which each packet passes on its way to the receiving DTE. So this is a connection of this function of this X.25 network. It connects to networks. Virtual connection. It make a virtual connection between two networks. And this X.25 defines packet mode terminal can be connected to a packet network for exchange of data. It describes the procedure necessary for establishing, maintaining and terminating connection. So these are the function: establishing, maintaining and terminating the connection. And X.25 is what is known as Subscriber Network Interface, SNI protocol. Subscriber Network Interface Protocol. It defines how the user DTE communicate with the network and how packets are sent over that network using DCEs. It uses a virtual circuit approach to packet switching and uses asynchronous TTM to multiplex packets. So that is time division multiplexing to multiplex packet. So the multiplexing method used here is TTM, time division multiplexing. Next one is X.25 layer, and this X.25 layer has three layers. Okay, that is physical layer, frame layer and packet layer. That is physical layer representing the physical layer of OSI model, and the data link layer that is represented as frame layer here, and network layer that is represented as packet layer here. So these are the layers involved. These are the layers. This X.25 related to those OSI layers. So first we will see about the physical layer. So at the physical layer, X.25 specify the protocol called X.21. X.21 or X.21 bit BIS, which has been specifically defined for X.25 by the ITUT standard. This is a standard, International Telecommunication Union. It specifies the standards for all network communications. And this X.21, however, it's similar enough to other physical layer protocols such as EIA 232 that X.25 is able to support them as well. So these are the in physical layer we can define the transmission medium. So this is the main function happen in physical layer, and that for that purpose this X.25 uses a protocol called X.21 that is very similar to EIA 232 in physical layer. So this X.25 is able to support them, support this EIA 232 as well. Next one is frame layer, that is data link layer, and the main function of data link layers are flow control and error control. Now the same thing happen in this layer also. So this frame layer in X.25 provides data link control using bit oriented protocol. And the terms are very important while studying for a competitive examination. So this X.25 is a packet switching virtual network protocol, and it has three layers. And in physical layer, the protocol used by this X.25 is X.21, and in frame layer it performs data link control such as flow control, error control using bit oriented protocol called link access procedure balanced or link access protocol balanced. I think this equivalent to that also, link assess procedure balanced or link assess protocol balanced, LAPB, which is the subset of HDLC. We discussed this HDLC in our previous video. So the frame layer using one protocol that is known as LAPB, link assess procedure balanced or link assess protocol balanced, and this is a subset of HDLC. And again it uses three frames similar to this HDLC: I frame, S frame and U frame. And the three categories of frames, it uses three frames: I frame, S frame and U frame. And I frame are used to encapsulate PLP packets from the network layer. We will see about this PLP in next topic. And S frame are for flow and error control in the frame layer, that is data link layer. And U frames are used to set up and disconnect the links between DTE and DCE. And these three packets most frequently used by LAPB in this category or SABM, UA and disk. And this up to those very important. iframe used to make a encapsulate this PLP packet from network layer, and this is from packet layer and upper layer. And S frame for flow and error control, and U frame for used to make a setup and disconnection between the links between DTE and DCE. And three phases of the frame layer, that is, it used to set up the link and transfer the data and disconnect the link. And for that it uses three phrases, that is SABM and UA and disk and this UA again. And this is for confirmation, like acknowledgement, and this is for link setup. And disconnect, DISC, is used for disconnect. Next one is packet layer, and the network layer in X.25 is called packet layer protocol, PLP. The network layer in X.25 is called the packet layer protocol, PLP. This layer is responsible for establishing the connection, transferring the data and terminating the connection. In addition, it is responsible for creating the virtual circuits and negotiating network services between two DTEs. While the frame layer is responsible for making a connection between DTE and DCE, the packet layer is responsible for making the connection between two TTEs, end-to-end connection. Note that X.25 uses flow and error control at two levels. Next one is very important, that is logical channel number, LCN, and this is the virtual circuit identifier in X.25. So each virtual circuit in X.25 should be identified for use by the packets. For that purpose, this X.25 use this LCN, logical channel number. When a virtual circuit is established between two DTEs, there is always a pair of LCNs. One defining the virtual circuit between the local DTE and the local DCE, and the other one between the remote DCE and the remote DTE. And next one is PLP packet format, and it uses 4 bits for general format identifier, GFI, 4 bit for GFI, and 12 bit for LCN, logical channel number. That is, LCN is a logical channel number, and it uses 12 bits. And this GFI, general format identifier, it uses 4 bit. And final one is packet type identifier, PTI, it uses 8 bits or 16 bits. Okay, so PLP packet format is, it uses header and the data, and this header having this GFI, general format identifier, and LCN, logical channel number, and BTI, packet type identifier, and it uses 4 bit, and this LCN uses 12 bit, and PTI uses 8 bits or 16 bit. And the function of this three format, GFI is a 4 bit field. The first bit called Q bit, qualifier bit, define the source of control information, 0 for PLP and one for other high level protocols. And D, delivery bit, defines which device should acknowledge the packet. 0 for local DCE, 1 for remote DTE. The last two bits of the GFI indicate the size of the sequence number fields. If these bits are 0, 1, the sequence numbers are only 3 bits, modulo 8, 0 to 7. If these bits are 1, 0, the sequence numbers are 7 bits, modulo 128, 0 to 127. There is the power of 2. If the sequence number are only 3 bits, 2 power 3, that is 8, 0 to 7. This 1, 0 means the sequence numbers are 7 bit, that is 0 to 7, 0 to 7, that is 128. 2 power 7, that is 128, 0 to 127. And next function is logical channel number, LCN. And this is a 12-bit field that it identifies the virtual circuit chosen for the given transmission. And next one is packet type identifier. This PTI defines the type of the packet. Next one is categories of PLP packet. Two categories of this PLP packets are data packets and control packets. Data packet used to transmit user data, and this control packet used for the connection control, that RR representing receive ready and RNR receive not ready, and REJ that is for rejection. So RR receive ready, receive not ready, rejection, and others. So this data packet used to transmit user data, and this or receive ready means the device is ready to receive more packets, and this receive not ready means the device cannot accept packet at this time, and reject means that there was an error in the packet identified by the PR field. Final summary about this X.25 protocol. First point is X.25 is a popular packet switching wide area network, and X.25 protocol defines the procedure for data transmission between a DTE and a DCE for terminal operation in the packet mode on public data network. Third point, the X.25 protocol specifies 3 layers: physical layer, frame layer, and packet layer, and that is equivalent to physical layer, data link layer, and the network layer in OSI model. Next point, the protocol at the physical layer can be X.21 or X.21 BIS, EIA 232 or other similar protocols. And next point, LAPB is the protocol used by X.25 at the frame layer for data link control functions. Next point, the packet layer handle connection establishment, data transfer, connection termination, virtual circuit creation, and negotiation of network services between two DTEs. And next point, there are 3 types of X.25 packets: I frame, S frame, U frame. The first is the data packet, the later 2 are control packet. I is the data packet, next 2 are control packet. There are flow and error control at both the frame layer and packet layer. The virtual circuit identifier in X.25 is called a logical channel number, LCN. Both permanent virtual circuit and switched virtual circuit connection are used by this X.25. And X.121 protocol provides a method to globally address a DTE connected to a public or private network. The XXX protocol X.3, X.28 and X.29 define the connection of the dumb terminal to an X.25 network. And these are the summary related to this X.25 protocol, and in our next video we will solve some question related to this X.25 protocol topic.